First, out of a scale 1 to 10, what would you give
10.
Batman?
10. That movie was fucking, like, honestly, I have him almost better than Ben Affleck's Batman.
Wow.
That nigga, son, the Riddler, that movie was so fucking good. Like, that was a good ass movie. And for what, like a year 1, year 2 Batman?
I hated how dumb the Batman was. I get it, he was year 2, but Batman Begins was year 1, and he wasn't making half the mistakes.
That's so different.
Everything that made that movie great had nothing to do with Batman.
That's also true.
The Riddler, amazing. The way they portrayed the city, like even all the intricate characters, like seeing Penguin come up, like all that shit was dope. But Batman's contribution to it was probably the least.
But that's a reoccurring thing with Batman. Like the Dark Knight movie.
Oh, no,
What's the best thing about Joker? Best thing about that movie?
But here's the thing. Just like, actually, because now that you mention it, with Christopher Nolan's series, I would say the same thing about Batman Begins. Batman was like probably the worst aspect of that movie.
Yeah.
The second movie, though, they stepped that pussy up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they stepped that shit up. So I'm holding off reserving how I actually feel about my mans until the second movie gets released. But I will say that his performance was probably the least.
Top tier.
It was not who.
That was top tier.
What did he do?
That was the top tier. Like,
What did he do?
They showed Batman like just being Batman, like a young, fresh, like wet behind the ears Batman, like fucking up, like no, like fucking like all this special ass fucking gadgets and shit. I mean, granted, he did, it was Batman, but it was just like
He was doing dumb shit the entire movie though. What I'm telling you, he could have found the Riddler off jump with the pictures. All those pictures was from the same angle, and if Batman looked at those pictures and been like, "Who took these pictures? At what angle did they take these pictures?" He literally would have found this nigga Riddler in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
But it's also like a year or 2 Batman. Like,
Y'all keep saying that, but just because he's young doesn't mean he's dumb. Like, he's still Batman. He's still the world's greatest detective at the end of the day.
He is the world's greatest detective, but I get where he's coming from. He's year 2 in the sense of not going to sit up here and act like Riddler wasn't a top tier mastermind.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that was his first time tangling with somebody who was at that level of mental. Like Riddler had planned so far ahead that it was ridiculous. Batman had never encountered somebody. He was used to dealing with
thugs,
regular thugs, just trying to steal a wallet. Like that's a whole different mentality. This man, Riddler, he had literally orchestrated people to... You know what I mean? Like, this man was ahead of his time, basically.
I wasn't sure what time period this movie was placed in because it felt like early 2000s, late 90s, but they had like smartphones and shit like that.
It's like placed, I'm guessing like later, like 2020s, because his parents died, like 2001, 2002?
Okay.
So it has to be like 2010s, 2020s.
Okay.
Assuming Batman is the age that he's supposed to be. Because Batman doesn't become Batman until he's like 30, 33, somewhere in there,
like 30, 33, 34 type shit. And it's year 2, he's experienced Joker and Riddler.
And those are two completely different. Like, Joker was just literally, is just insane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's just trying to kill, like, he just wants to see the world burn, as Alfred put it, But Riddler actually had purpose, motive, like logic, reasoning. Yeah. Even though it was warped reasoning, it's still... He was a little bit more together than what
he was. Also, there was no ninja aspect to Batman at all. He kind of just walked up to niggas and just beat them up. And I have no issue with that, but it's always nice seeing a little bit of a ninja aspect to Batman. I mean, that's a big part of his origin story.
Low key, it reminded me of like the Arkham series game Batman's. Like that's the vibe I got. Like no talking, just straight.
Just throw hands.
Yeah, like
the action scenes were also a little underwhelming, a little bit compared to like what it showed in the trailer. Like I thought it was gonna be a lot more like brutal.
I'm not gonna
lie, but it was more quick.
That Batmobile,
son,
bruh. I was in that movie theater. Yeah. I was like, we about to get kicked out.
This nigga, son,
that shit was
for
tough.
sure. We about to get kicked out. Like, because I was in there making a
So, because my man's got shot. He on the ground. And then they panned the camera. It's like, yo, where the fuck this nigga go? You heard. I was like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. My nigga Batman. Oh, my God. Son, and then when he came out that fucking fire with Penguin,
Yeah.
bruh.
Shit was tough, but did he need to do that?
Yes.
A lot of people
Yes.
died. A lot of people died in that scene for him to chase down
Nigga,
one man.
listen,
right?
listen.
He didn't even have to get in his car.
Listen, when you're a superhero, niggas die every day. All right, like when you fighting, niggas gonna die.
Where was this energy when we saw Man of Steel? Where was this energy at?
Hold up, we're gonna stop it there because I also need to correct you. You said superhero. He is just a hero. All right. There ain't no superpowers
right.
there.
When
okay?
you're a hero,
There you
niggas
go.
die every day.
like a firefighter or a police officer.
Man
Continue.
of Steel, niggas was holding Superman accountable. That's kind of why, like, Batman had a whole vendetta against him. He was like, yo, this nigga, like, can literally kill anything.
Hey, Jay Carter said Vampire Batman.
So we have to hold him accountable. He did not need to. The scene was amazing. It's one of the best live action Batman chase scenes we've ever seen. But was it needed for him to kill all those people?
When you're rich like that, I would just pay for everything to get fucking fixed.
You can't pay for somebody dying.
Your superpower is money.
Hold on. He's holding you to task here because your man's one rule is he doesn't kill. And let's not sit up here and act like
All those trucks exploding and shit. Somebody died.
That's his fault? Or was that,
Yes.
that was Penguin's fault or Batman's fault?
It was his fault because he got in the car. He initiated the chase. He didn't even have to get in the car. He got in the car.
He had to get in the
revved
car.
it up.
He had to let niggas know.
Did he?
I'm him. I'm him.
all right, I'm not gonna sit
I'm
up
him.
here. I'm not gonna sit up here and hold because like that was a part of the movie.
They-
You know
they
what I'm
used to out
saying?
him, like-
that was a part of the movie. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? We just see none of the drivers' faces. Therefore, they weren't real people.
Okay.
Like, it was ghosts driving those trucks. Okay?
That's fair.
And Penguin was crashing. Like, he was making these cars fucking crash. So that's on him. Like, that man was causing all this traffic.
He was being chased.
Well, if I caused a crime, I'm going to run away too. Like, I'm not going to
Exactly.
sit there and let this 6-foot-something nigga dressed as a bat whoop my ass for fun.
Also, why did this nigga just stay there when he was about to explode? When that man was about to
Bro,
explode?
that shit
with
blew me. I was like, nigga, you hear him counting 3, 2. I was like, you're not going to, like, move.
Move
You're
out
not
the
gonna
way.
run.
That's the dumb shit I'm talking
That's
about.
the only unrealistic thing that, like, really blew me about that movie.
What are you talking about? Batman actually secretly has superpowers. That's the reason why he can do
okay.
what he does, and he survived a point blank
Oh, is
explosion.
that what it was?
Okay.
And then the
'Cause I've
police
been saying
didn't take
that
off
for
his
years.
mask the whole time to check the nigga's vitals and make sure he
Bruh.
was good. They wanted to wait until the nigga was about to wake up to take his mask off.
He woke up and started throwing hands with all of them.
No, for real, that
Exactly.
nigga say, Mink. He's like, yo, get back. So when he punched Gordon, he's like, yo, just hit me. That nigga looked. Bing.
The movie was a 9.
Yikes.
I'll give
Movie
you
was
an
a
8.
9.
I'll give you 8.
You said 8.
Yeesh.
It was amazing. And Robert Pattinson was amazing. And I wasn't surprised that he was going to be great because I knew he was. But there was just a lot of holes, a lot of issues I didn't like. I'm telling you, like he could have found Riddler in the first 5 minutes with the pictures.
All right.
He could have tracked those pictures. Him doing dumb shit like, you know, putting his face up to explosion, chasing Penguin down. At the end when he had to fight those Riddlers people.
Yeah.
That shit was awesome. That nigga was really showing, like, yo, I'm him. Like, my fighting combat, my style, like, y'all can't touch me. And then even when Selena Kyle helped him and she was about to get fucked up, that nigga took the fucking adrenaline and just got up and boom. It's like, yo, stop. He said, nah, I'm not stopping. That nigga, boom.
That was hard.
There's certain aspects of the movie that I came into it with just like realistic views. For example, I wasn't expecting Robert Pattinson to display any ninja type of combat because he's not a martial artist.
What do you mean?
Like Robert Pattinson, the actor,
Okay.
isn't a martial artist.
Neither was
If
fucking
it-
Christian Bale.
No, but Christian Bale does crazy shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like Christian Bale was like 150 pounds soaking wet,
Yeah.
and then was 260 pounds to shoot Batman.
Yeah. I feel
He
you.
does like as far as his acting method is concerned, Christian Bale goes way deeper into it than what. But even if you look at Christian Bale's like fighting, I mean, he wasn't doing nothing like, you know what I mean?
But
I
it was still
wasn't seeing-
ninja ass like there was still ninja aspects to it. You know what I mean? Like there was nothing ninja about his Batman.
But
About Robert Pattinson's
but
Batman.
in Batman Begins, when Batman was fighting, he was fighting the League of Shadows. Those are nothing but ninjas. Like
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson Batman was fighting like niggas who stay on fucking Tumblr and like just beat their meat to fucking bitches they see on the internet. Like they didn't have any any fighting style. It was
So
just
wouldn't
strictly
he be
just-
nastier if he just got him out the way with some ninja shit instead of just throwing hands with them?
His combat was definitely way more of a just like a street brawler versus somebody who's been training, who's learned every single martial arts known to man.
Yes. The theory is that Alfred was the one who taught him how to fight, and that he never went off. That Alfred was the one that, because Alfred said it in the movie. I can teach you how to fight, but there's nothing else I can.
Oh yeah. I couldn't
or
be a
something
father.
like that.
I couldn't be
Yeah,
your father.
yeah,
I
yeah.
knew how to teach you how to like defend yourself. But I couldn't be a father. Yeah,
Exactly.
he did say that shit.
So there's theories that it was just Alfred that was teaching them how to fight.
Shout out to the dude that played Alfred because
Oh, Andy Serkis?
yeah,
He's tough.
He killed that.
He's tough. He's in a lot of shit where he does.
Black Panther.
Oh, yeah,
Was
Black
that him?
Panther.
That
Yeah,
was
that
him,
was
right?
him.
He was Claw.
Claw,
yeah.
yeah.
Son, that shit blew me when he was opening the mail and that nigga Batman was calling and the lady was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's too late."
Yeah.
I was like, "Bitch, you! Oh my god, that nigga opened that shit through it." Boom.
The Riddler wants to capture everybody else, but fuck Bruce Wayne, the nigga who had literally nothing to do with any of the corruption. I didn't even know
Sense of
about
the
it.
father, bro.
I get you, but like you gonna try to capture everybody else, but then murder Bruce Wayne off top.
I know. I mean, he ended up murdering everybody else.
I eventually. but
Oh
he
yeah, I
captured
get
them
what you.
first.
I get what you. Yeah.
It's almost like the movie
capture,
knew Bruce
torture.
Wayne was Batman, and it wouldn't make any sense if Riddler.
But Riddler didn't know Bruce was Batman.
That's wild.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
He did not. Not even gonna lie. You got me with that
You know
one,
what I mean?
because
But Riddler didn't know that Bruce was Batman. Like he had like
exactly. But
This is the Dark Knight.
exactly. But the thing was, out of everybody else, his strategy was catch them, torture them, record it, kill them, or catch them, torture them, put them into a public setting, let them kill themselves. Bruce Wayne was the only person he was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm just gonna send this man a bomb.
And he was the most innocent one. He didn't
I'm
even
just
give him
gonna
a
kill
chance.
him
I mean-
without anything else.
I mean, sins of the father. That's like Broly and Paragus beef with Vegeta. Vegeta ain't have shit to do with that, but because your father fucked us over and you're the next in line, nigga, you getting all the smoke that he should have got.
I see
So-
what you mean, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about why did Riddler approach Bruce Wayne like that? Why didn't he give him the same energy he gave everybody else?
because the movie knew that Bruce Wayne was Batman.
That's all I'm saying. That's the holes
As
I'm
far as
talking
I'm
about.
concerned, you
And-
solved that mystery
And,
for
and on
me.
top of that, he kind of, not saying he had a relationship like buddy, but like he knew Bruce Wayne out of everybody. Like he at least was in like the same room, same picture. Like when they were kids, they're in that picture together.
What are you talking about?
Nah, was
They were. That was him when he went to the manor or wherever he went to where those homeless people are at.
Let me find out Bruce Wayne the baritone.
Like Bruce was in that picture along with fucking Riddler. They were Edward Enigma. Bruce was right here. Edward was right here. That's why he literally pointed that out. They were in the same picture.
I wasn't actually paying it. Like I thought that was just a picture of the choir. I didn't realize Bruce was actually in that picture.
Yeah, Bruce was in that joint. So he kind of already had like a personal like, yo, you living all high and like mighty while nigga like I'm over here struggling. Like
But that still doesn't change the fact that I mean, it's interesting that you said Robert Pattinson did a good job because as I think about the movie, I can't think of anything my man's actually did.